Hey, good afternoon. It's beautiful out here in California. It's about 3 o'clock on Sunday. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's an awesome start to the week. Man, there's just been a lot going on in my life. I hope the same in yours. I hope that you are moving and stretching, getting outside of your comfort zone and going to the magic. It's awesome. It's awesome these days. I got my boy back in town, and he's already asking me some pretty interesting questions and bringing back some stuff from Santa Barbara and his year there, making some decisions and trying some stuff out. So that's what we're going to be talking about, because it's nice to finally be able to pass on a little bit of good stuff, as well as receive all this goodness in return. It's a pretty cool thing. So that's where we're going to start. And that is going to be in 3, 2, and 1. So on today's cover, you're going to see my favorite picture. This is absolutely my favorite picture of me. And I think you're going to understand why. I mean, look at Ursula. That's my wife, Ursula, by the way. If you look at her and you look at her smile, I mean, she's radiant, right? I mean, come on, seriously. Clearly, I way married above my station. She's awesome. She's super. She's smart. She's funny. She's beautiful. Yes, she's all those things. And you look at that smile on her face, right? I had a hand in that, right? I had a hand in that, and that's pretty cool. And I don't know who wouldn't be proud of knowing that they're part of somebody's happiness. And for the most part, that's how our kids see us. The 3 kids, right? Carson, Tyler, and Rachel. And it's kind of cool, this adventure that we're on. It's about life, and that means sharing, right? Passing on knowledge, sharing knowledge, as well as learning. So my oldest son, he's back from Santa Barbara, and he asked me recently. It was kind of almost caught me off guard, but he asked me when I first thought about marrying Ursula, right? I was like, wow. And it was pretty broad, and maybe I was being a little specific here, but I said, so Carson, what do you mean? I just want to make clear, are you talking about like the first time I knew I was in love with her? Are you talking about the first time I thought that she might be the one to marry? Or are you asking me what sparked me to ask her to marry me? He said, no, I just want to know when you first thought, maybe she might be the one. So I shared with him. I told him there were 3 things, right? 3 things that that when I learned about her, I thought, interesting, real interesting. Things got real. And the first one was about others. The second one was about me. And the third one was about her. And I'm going to tell you how it goes. So the first one about others is she told me the story. She was working in a restaurant. She'd been working there for a few years in a really small town, and the restaurant was called Gada. That's not so important. What's important, though, is that she and some colleagues would see an older gentleman and his wife come in, and they would come in every day and have coffee and a pastry and sit and talk and spend some time together, and then they would leave holding hands. Well, one day he didn't show up. Neither one of them showed up. And this went on for a while, and they found out that unfortunately she had died, and he wasn't having anything. He wasn't coming out. Well, she took it on herself to come on in, actually to go out to him, brought him a coffee and a Gipfeli, which is a croissant in Swiss German, and went out there and shared that with him. And he says, what are you doing here? It's like, oh, well, you forgot. I think you forgot to come by, so we brought this for you. So she and a colleague did that, and she continued. And that continued for weeks, like literally weeks. She just kept doing it until one day he came in. And after that, he would come in, he would sit in her station, they would chat a little bit. He had a small rip or a tear or something like that in one of his clothes, and she offered to sew that up for him, which was awesome. And he did that. And then pretty much from that point on, when he had stuff to do, he said, nope, I'm bringing it to Ursula. That happened for a while until he got a little bit sick himself. And but that really impressed me. That really impressed me. That's pretty awesome. The second thing was about me. And being an American, if I like water nice and cold. And there was a place that we would walk to, was literally by a well. And I'll tell you, the water in Switzerland is just unbelievable. It's full of flavor and it's awesome. And it's like you have it cold and it's like a fresh splash of life. You're drinking down. It's amazing, really. And so every few days we go and we pick some water up, and in the mornings, especially on the weekends, especially after a night carousing a little bit, because remember I was only in my early 20s then. I would wake up and get myself some water. It's just such a great start. It just cures what ails you. Well, one morning I got up. I think it was a Saturday, and she was not. We were there, and I walked over to the fridge, and because she would leave them there, and they were all gone. They weren't. Everything was gone. I mean, she's Swiss, so on their days off, on their Fridays, they clean up stuff. So, anyway, she had cleaned up the kitchen, including the refrigerator, and everything was gone. I came back. I was like, oh. And she says, hey, what's up? I said, nothing. I said, it's all good. I said, it's all good. I was just wanting to get some water. I said, I see it's all gone, so it's cool. And she said, no, there's some water. There's some cold water for you. I put it out on the balcony so it would get cold overnight. And I thought, oh, man, that was super freaking thoughtful, right, for me. I thought, that's just awesome. So that's the second thing, and that was for me. And the third thing about her that really impressed me, she was talking about working in the restaurant, and she mentioned that she said, I know it when I'm not my usual self. I know when my energy lags, and people feel it, and it's okay. They feel it, and I'm not angry at them or anything like that, but I'm just kind of just there, and I'm not the same, and I'm not as happy, and I'm not as cheerful, and people feel that. And I feel that in my tips. I see it in my tips. And she said, and it's all me. It's completely 100% all me. And I know that about myself, and I know that when I do things with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, people feel that. I feel it. Everything's kind of cruising along. It's doing great. If I go at it less so, I feel it. And I was really impressed with that self-awareness, and that ownership, right? Ownership. So that's what I told him. That's when I had in mind, I thought, you know what? I'm not much of the Marian type, but this one might be just right for me. So I was able to share that with my son. It's the first time I think that's the first time any of them have asked me that. And I hadn't thought about that for a while, but it sure does give me, sure does light up my life, being able to think about that and being able to share that with my kids. It really feels good. And as a matter of fact, being able to share that with Ursula, because I don't know if I'd ever told her. I told her about little parts of that, but I don't know if I'd ever told her about that specifically. But it sure feels good. As a side note, he's in his first serious relationship, and I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know exactly what he's got on his mind, but I'm super hopeful that he'll look for clues on his own as well as learn from mine. And that's really what it's all about. So I wanted to kick off this Sunday in that way, share that a little bit, because it's pretty awesome. I wish you love and joy. Pretty soon I'm going to start that Facebook Live for 30 days or maybe 60. Maybe somebody wants to join me. I'm going to be reading some amazing books, just snippets out of them. It'll be serial. It'll be really fun. We're going to start with Father Greg Boyle. We'll start with Tattoos in the Heart, and then we'll move on to barking at the choir, because they're two of the most beautiful books I've ever read in my life, truly. And I hope you'll like that. And in the meantime, we're just moving forward. Give and Grow Rich is moving on, working with some really cool people, and just seeing what's going to happen. It's really a blessed life. I hope your week has been awesome. I hope your week has started off great. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, please remember, always err on the side of love and kindness. Until the next time, love and gratitude. Thank you so much for being here. Have an awesome, wicked, freaking cool day and week, and enjoy everything and spread some love. Ciao. Alrighty, so we are off to the races. Marcos, my man, Allison, woohoo! Oh my God, Allison, you were there so much for me for kicking off Give and Grow Rich, and I'm so grateful. And I was thinking about you, Allison, just yesterday about the about your focus on building resilience for people who are service focused on animals. I think that is so freaking awesome. I am not kidding you. I mean, I think that is, I cannot think of a better niche to go into for your type of work, because they all understand that they are speaking literally for the voiceless. And that is just so amazing. Marcos, my man, I'll tell you something, brother. We miss you. I missed you in New York. I freaking missed you in Chicago. If you are on MM2, and I hope you are, man, I want to see you in Stanford. I want to have a chance to actually kick it with you a little bit. Maybe throw some weights around. Just kidding, man. I ain't doing that. Maybe doing some push-ups and pull-ups. I ain't doing that either. But I'll have a drink with you and Allison, and we're going to freaking make that happen. Yes, you are in. I think, Allison, you are in also. Is that right? I see some comments out here, and I'm hoping you are too, because that would be awesome. So, yeah, no, I ain't tossing any iron around with you. But I will definitely get there early. I'm going to be there, I think, the night before we start. I'm going to be there those 2 days. Yes, Allison, I'm telling you, Allison, when you get up there on that hot seat this time, it will be so clear, and people will they are going to be freaking digging what you're throwing down. I swear. You're going to see what's going to happen. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you. People are going to be picking up what they're going to say, man, that is the way to go. And you have so much going on. Oh, and I haven't forgotten yet, Dog Lovers Summit. We're doing that. Got a great contact for that. We're going to make it happen. And also somebody on the other side doing Benny, Service Dogs of New Mexico. I just met her. We're going to do that too. Marcos, dude, I'm going to tell you something, brother. You are like the vibe you got, brother, is awesome. I mean, you two are. I mean, I just cannot forget you two. It was such a freaking blessing to meet both you guys, as well as like Jamie and Henry and Alana, meeting Ryan for the first time and getting that vibe. The LA thing, I'm gonna tell you. So I went to 3 out of the 4. I didn't go to the islands, man. Didn't want to crash Ryan and his wife and his kids' party, but that LA thing was amazing. I mean, you know what? I know that I can ping any of you guys, right? Like Megan and Tony, Henry, Mark. I mean, all you guys. We had really and truly, we had a phenomenal group, and I think part of it was because it was so light and we could see each other. So I really appreciate all you guys, and I'm so freaking grateful that you two, among others, are going to be in Mastermind too, man. It's going to be awesome. It's like clarity is coming, and I'm so thankful you guys kind of slapped me around when I needed to be slapped around. So listen, have a freaking magnificent freaking Sunday. Great start to the week. I hope you're barbecuing tonight. If you guys need anything, just let me know. Anybody in Freedom, anybody in Mastermind 1 who I met, if you just need anything, just throw a shout out, man. I am here for you. I am here for you. We are We are united, baby. So right on. Have a beautiful day. Thank you guys so much. My God, I so appreciate you. It's awesome. Adios.